Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to be doing the weekly read for June 17th to the 24th for the sign of Gemini. Alright, we're going to get right into it. Pull out 2 cards for your energy this week. See what's going on. I hope this is a good beginning to June for you, Gemini, and a good first half of the year. Coming up to the summer solstice, so I plan to do a summer solstice reading day as well and upload a lot of videos for 12 videos for that. So let's get your 2 cards up, Gemini, and see what's going on with our air sign, our wonderful air signs of Gemini. Show me. This could be the one. Wow. All right, here we go. And healing family issues. Wow. All right, so this could be the one, and healing family issues. So that's your energy this week, right? Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents, and you've already met the romantic partner you seek. All right, so let's get your 6 cards, your 7 cards out, and see what's going on. Clarify those 2 oracle cards. What's going on with our lovely Gemini this week, June 17th to the 24th? Help me get a clear reading, clear picture of what they're going to be going through this week, so I can give them a good reading. Resonates with the Geminis tuning into this video. Checking in on them for the week of June 17th to the 24th. In all areas of their life. Could be love. Oof, a lot of cards turned over. Jumpy deck. 2 of Cups came out. Interesting. Your cards are jumpy, Gemini. A lot going on for you this week, I think. Let's see. Show me. A lot of times when the cards are really jumpy like that, I like to shuffle until they calm down so that we can get a focused set of cards, you know. So here we go. Out the gate, you got 9 of Pentacles. 4 of Pentacles. The Devil. Temptation. Empress. Queen of Swords. Knight of Pentacles. And 5 of Wands. Bottom of the deck is the Hierophant. So, wow. All right, Hierophant. We'll get into that. Hierophant definitely talks about how you were raised, your ideals, your morals, your moral compass, you know. Your belief structures, your faith, you know, your systems of right and wrong, you know. They're individual, right? They're based on how we're raised. Our cultural background, religious background, etc. So it can be very different for everyone, right? The Hierophant certainly comes up when we're either questioning that or renewing our commitment to that, you know, or revising what we believe, you know, what we hold dear, what we hold to be true about life and people. So we'll get into the 9 of Pentacles once we go through these cards to clarify why that's there. 9 of Pentacles certainly talks about having gotten to a certain level of abundance, right? But there's an isolation involved, 9 being the number of isolation. So there's certainly a kind of like, yes, you've worked for all of your riches and your wealth, but in so doing, you've kind of alienated yourself a little bit. Perhaps you kept yourself isolated. Could also be that your abundance isolates you from those around you, those you want to be close to. She's alone in the garden. And 9 again, it's a relationship to the self. Realizations that come out of solitude, that come out of meditation and shadow work that's done in a solitary fashion without anyone around, you know. Remember, the 9 of the major arcana is the Hermit card. So yeah, this week you're feeling like you're all, you're really very much on your money. You're trying to protect what you've worked hard for. You want to keep stable. You want to keep stability in your finances, right? If you don't have stability, you're trying to get stability, and if you do have it, you're really holding on to it. Um, Sometimes this card comes up when you're holding on to money too much, when you're just so busy, thinking about money or working for money that you forget what it's supposed to be doing for you, how you should be spending it in order to, elevate your life, right? So, but yeah, this week you're very concerned about your abundance, your ability to, your stability, your financial stability, right? That's what you're very much concerned about. The devil is coming in. It feels certainly like some of the encounters you're having or the environment that you're in this week is tempting you, right? There's a lot of temptation for you this week, I feel. It could be as well like you're really very much trying to hold on. Now, this card also comes through. It can be also not only money, but it can just be holding on to what you've worked for. Sometimes you've worked for something that isn't necessarily that you could put a price on, right? But you want to hold on to it because to you it's valuable, right? And you don't want, the environment you're in sometimes can bring temptations your way that can threaten that stability, right? Certainly can threaten your stability, especially if you know that, you are, hang on a second. All right. Sorry about that quick cut. I had to turn it off for a second because I'm living on the East Coast. Random cars go by in the city with like their music really loud. So, yeah, the devil is the 15, right? The first 5 is the Hierophant, right? So Fear Hierophant is the highest authority for the spiritual, for your spiritual center here on earth. He's the representative of that, right? You can see the 2 figures, right, in reverence, right, paying homage in a way. Interestingly enough, right, check, this is here. So here you can see how the numbers can tie into the cards, right? So here, both cases, the figure, the devil, and the Hierophant, priest, is in the middle, in a position of possible praise, right? Of being praised or worshipped in some way, right? The Hierophant is certainly being, I don't want to say praised, but he's being, they're paying homage to him, right? In a very respectful manner, right? In a very serving kind of like, we give over to you. We give over to the higher self, right? The spiritual side, what we believe in, right? But here with the 15, it's giving over to the devil, giving over to the carnal sides of life, our pleasures, our lusts, our baser behaviors. And so that's the admonishment with the devil card. It's not that the devil is so evil. The devil, in fact, is, representative of the ultimate creative energy, right? That kundalini sexual passionate energy. However, you run into trouble when you become a slave to it. When you're a slave to those type of desires and temptations, right? When things are temptations rather in the sense that you don't want to be tempted by it because you know you'll go down a negative road, a destructive road, rather than embracing certain passionate energies in a focused way to be creative. So that's the 2 flip sides of the devil. But you certainly, I think in this case, this week, you're trying to stay away from temptation. You're trying to stay away from negative influences that may upset your stability. That could be why healing family issues has come out. There could be that certain family dynamics, right, remind you of old negative behavior patterns, and you're not wanting to get into that this week. Someone could be coming towards you that reminds you of that kind of energy, right? And you're just not. You're trying to hold on to what you've worked for. You're trying to hold on to your own moral center, right? You feel very much like you feel very beautiful though right now in terms of, when you're dealing with people, right, in relation to others, you're feeling very magnanimous. You're feeling confident. Gemini, you feel, you're feeling very positive right now. You're kind of luxuriating right now. The Empress feels beautiful. She feels confident. She's happy. She really doesn't have a lot that she has. You know, she's kind of at the beck and call of the Emperor. It's not like she has very many responsibilities apart from just being nurturing and beautiful. It's the essence of feminine, divine feminine energy, right? And it's enjoying being in that state as well, right? And that's very much how you're feeling in relation to others this week, you know. You certainly feel like that. You feel like you're in a very sweet spot. And I think you feel like, you know, you're strong enough to resist temptation, but you're aware of it. You're certainly aware of it coming in. And one of the reasons why you're aware of it and you're able to resist it is because of this newfound kind of confidence that you have as well. I'm not saying that it's completely all new, but it's certainly you know, I feel like this is a breath of fresh air. You know, being an Empress energy is a breath of fresh air for you. The people around you, the people that you're dealing with, and certainly if it's one person that's coming in for you, it could be a family member. They're very judgmental. They're wanting to have. Now, this person, you probably do respect them and consider them to be fairly trustworthy and honest, but they're stern, right? They see themselves as a disciplinarian. They see themselves as the one to take charge. It could be very well a family member, certainly with healing family issues coming up. I certainly feel like, you know, right now that there may be someone, this could be like an aunt or a mother or a maternal figure in the family who's kind of like the matriarch of the family, right? At least that's how they see themselves, right? You certainly see, you see someone coming in, right? Someone's coming in with an opportunity, but I'm not sure that you see it necessarily as an opportunity for you. I think you may be feeling, and this is quite interesting. So this is where the intuitive side of the reading comes in, because certainly the Knight of Pentacles generally will talk about someone bringing an offer to you. That's like the textbook, right? Okay, but there's obviously so much more, right? The suits, the suit cards, right? In terms of the court cards, right? The 4 court cards of each of the suits. You know, their energies are very difficult to read sometimes in readings because they're so intricate. You know, the 4 suits represent the 4 court cards of the 4 suits. 4 times 4 is 16. 16 represents the various combinations of Yahweh and the Tree of Life. So it's all of the various, you know, ways of spelling out Yahweh, right? The 4 letters, right? You have 16 combinations. And so this is how the Tree of Life and the Kabbalah and mysticism is associated with the tarot. And so these energies, the court card energies, are very subtle. They don't, you know, textbook can say that somebody's coming in with an opportunity, but it's a lot, you know, there's a lot more to it. And in this case, it's much more a feeling of, you know, so you feel as though someone is making an opportunity out of you, right? You know, it's like they're coming in with a message that seemingly on the surface is to benefit you, but really it's an ulterior message. They're coming in because you are the one that's of benefit to them. They want something from you, right? They need something from you. You, in this case, are the pentacle, right? And they're not coming to bring it. They're coming to receive it, right? And I think that that's how, that's really how they're feeling in their mind, right? 5 of Wands, 5 is power struggles, right? So 5 of Wands talks about bickering and arguing back and forth. So interestingly enough, the proof of, you know, in a way, the proof of what I'm saying is when this person comes in, there's going to be a lot of arguing. There's going to be a lot of bickering. You're not going to necessarily understand why. Certainly when they come with a seemingly opportunity for you, seemingly a good opportunity for you, why would they then be argumentative? Why are we then having this, right? When someone comes to bring you an opportunity, usually Knight of Pentacles takes a while to come in, but it's certain, it's true, it's a good opportunity. But then here comes in my intuitive feeling. And so that's what I'm saying. My intuitive feeling here with this Knight of Pentacles for you, Gemini, is that That's really, it's really a false face. Interestingly enough, Queen of Wands talks about cutting away masks. In essence, Queen of Wands energy, Queen of Swords energy is all about being true to yourself, being honest, not being false with people, and being false about who you are more specifically, right? And so this person very much sees themselves as that, as if they are very honest, but yet some of their, the way they behave is quite duplicitous. It's like they almost don't realize it themselves, though, because they're kind of buying their own press. Do you know what I'm saying? It's almost like one of those, you ever meet one of those people that everything that they do, they start off with these great intentions, and so that they think that they're always like doing something good. But as they take little steps along the way, they do like little things that are kind of, not really 100% positive. They take cut these little corners. You know what I'm saying? They cut these little corners and do things that are maybe a little bit underhanded, or that, inadvertently they end up really coming out on top or getting the most out of the situation. But each step along the way, they kind of justify it to themselves in a way, like, because it's always like, well, I'm coming in because I'm coming in to do something positive, This is for the greater good. It's that kind of the greater good attitude. You start off positive, and then as they cut corners, you find out that the whole thing has been like a shiesty endeavor. All right, sorry about that. My camera fell down, so I had to edit and make a cut in. But yeah, so what I'm saying is that, so this person is like, what I was getting at about their attitude is that this individual is like one of these type of individuals that doesn't necessarily see themselves as doing anything wrong. They very much are very self-righteous. They have a very self-righteous attitude coming in. And like I said, the proof of the pudding will be that when they come in, no matter how well-intentioned they are, you're going to find yourself at odds with them. And that's because deep down inside, their intentions aren't really as true as they would have you believe. But like I say, it's not in a devious way. I don't feel a deviousness coming off of them, because they're really believing in their own minds that they are, justified. Right? They truly don't believe that they're that they're consciously being so underhanded, right? But it just turns that way. This could be somebody that you've dealt with before. And like with dealing with family issues, this could be somebody in like your family that you dealt with before, but because you're in this kind of Empress energy, this time you're able to handle them. And this time, whereas before all of this shit used to work, this kind of like attitude and, this coming in and pretending they're going to help you and you always ending up, could be why you're feeling like holding on to everything. Because usually when this person comes in with these opportunities, right, and it always seems like it's such a golden opportunity, but then you end up paying the price. So this week you're just like, I'm holding on to everything I got. I'm holding on to everything I got. You're not going to tempt me. There's the devil card. And that's why the devil card is there. So sometimes I need to get through the reading to get to the full picture, because it wasn't until I got the message about this Knight of Pentacles that everything else started to slot into place even better. So now I understand why you see, because this is your card for yourself, this is your card for the people you're encountering or your person, and this is your card for your relationship to others. So you certainly see this person coming in as a temptation, as somebody that you have to take care of, be wary of, right? And I think that that's because you've learned your lesson. And they may have been able to fool you before, but they're not able to fool you this time. And that is why you guys end up arguing, because they're not expecting it. They're thinking it's going to be a sweet ride, and it's not. Right? That's how, you know what I mean? So interesting. And that's how you're healing family issues as well, because you're finally going to handle this person. If this is a family member or a longtime friend, you're finally going to be able to put them in their place and handle this for good, because I think this is the first time that you're reacting to them this way. They're not used to you reacting this way. They're not used to it being so difficult to get over on you in a way, right? And this time you're not giving them an inch, right? And I think that you're finally going to squash a dynamic, a power dynamic that has been happening with you and this individual for quite some time. Give me some clarity. Now, the Nine of Pentacles is up there, interestingly enough, because that could be very much why you are, you know, in this kind of mode. Nine, like I said before, it's like she's the one who's worked for all of her abundance. She's really put the labor in there, but she's always kind of been separated from others as a result of that. That could be that, like I said, it could be the money separating you, or it could just be that you don't always trust everyone, that you trust your work, you trust yourself, but you don't trust others necessarily to get too close. And it could be, a lot of that could be because of these experiences that you've had with this individual, right? Or these individuals coming in. These could be two people as well, but this could be two people. I feel like it's the same. It's certainly one person, I think, but this could also be like a faction or a group or two people in a family that kind of gang up on you, you know. But yeah, as a result of those kind of experiences, it can be that is why you have always kind of been alienated in some way and protected what you've worked for, because you know how it goes. You know how easily people will come in. And now that you're dealing with this, you are probably healing a lot of issues. Show me. All right, we're going to cut it again and get the clarity cards out. I just needed to do one more shuffle on that. Seven of Wands, the World. Ten of Cups, the Moon. Yep. Four of Cups. Yep. Ace of Swords. Yeah. Perfect. At the bottom, the Fool. The Fool came out at the bottom for the last one. Taurus. Gemini, yeah, you're fending off. Right? Seven of Wands. Fending off attacks. Fending off people coming at you. You know, you see how she's at the door. She's got her wand ready. She's ready for anything. And it's like, yeah, you're used to this kind of shit. You're used to this kind of psychic assault. This kind of like head games these people, you know, these individuals play. You know, it could be that you're gearing up for a family event. And you know you're going to see these people and deal with this energy, right? And so you're holding on. You're ready to deal with them. And you're ready to protect what you've got. You know what I mean? Sevens is about vision and dreams and creativity, but it's also about coming up with creative ways to handle people who are in your way, who come at you with obstacles, or try to throw a monkey wrench in your vision. The World is coming out because, yeah, you know, this is why you're no longer tempted. You see them. You see them from a bird's eye view rather than from seeing them, you know, in this kind of like segmented way. The World talks about looking at a bigger picture for your life and how your life fits in to your path and your destiny, right? Looking at the bigger picture of relationships and how you've been dealing with certain people. When you look at the bigger picture, you can see your behavior patterns a lot easier. You can see where you've gone wrong. You can also start to see other people's behavior patterns and start to realize who really means you well and who doesn't. You know, when you look at small segments of behavior, someone in a small segment can look great, you know, or on paper they look great. But when you look at the big picture in terms of overall, over, you know, a sum of segments or a sum of encounters with this person, and they're all end up to one big shitty kind of relationship, you start to see that a lot easier when you look at the bigger picture, look at the broader picture, the broader kind of relationship that you've had. And that's where you're at right now, right? Ten of Cups, Empress, yeah, you feel beautiful, wonderful, because right now you're feeling like you've got everything. You're bringing love in, you're bringing good love in. Could be that you are also right now, Gemini, dealing with somebody. You could be seeing someone that is really giving you a lot of self-esteem. You really, really enjoy their company. Because Ten of Cups talks about having everything, right? Look at the swans there. They mate for life. So you found your mate and you're in love. Could very much be that because this week this is all about family healing, and so your romantic life isn't really factoring into this reading so much, but it's there. It's there. Ten of Cups is there. And this is the card just to say as like a little wink in the side, like, oh, okay, that's why you feel so beautiful, Gemini, because you do have your lover and they're there and they're backing you up. But they don't need to be centered in this reading, because this week it is all about you healing this issue with this family member or this friend or this close person to you, somebody who's affected you for a very long time. And yeah, your lover is represented here in the Ten of Cups. For those of you who do have somebody in your corner, they're represented there. Here's the moon, and this is what I was talking about. Again, Queen of Swords. Yeah, you haven't always seen all of the whole picture. This person has presented themselves as a matriarch, as a leader, or as somebody who cuts through the bullshit, but there's been bullshit in it. They're not quite who they say they are. They believe they are who they say they are, but they aren't quite showing you the whole side. And I think right now you're able to see a lot more of that. You realize that, right? Certainly with the moon coming out. When the moon comes out, you know that you're not seeing the whole picture. Right? It's not like you're being duped. That's the meaning of the card when it comes up, is that you've come to a realization that you have been deceived in some kind of way or not seen the whole picture. So you're certainly waking up. Four of Cups, disappointment. Perfect. This is, again, clarifies this Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, Four of Cups. Is he going to come with the same empty cup he's come before, the same empty promises as before? It all looks good. At first it seems like a great opportunity, but in the end, I always end up paying with this individual, and I'm not going to. Right? That's the clarity right there. Four of Cups. There's no stability in what he's offering or what she's offering you, this person. Right? And you realize that that you've been through this 3 times before. You're not going for it the 4th time. This time you require more. And Ace of Swords is here to discern the 5 of Wands. This couldn't be a better clarifier. Ace of Swords, right? Aces are all about the essence of the suit. The very essence of the sword suit is clarity, mental acuity, swiftness, agility in thought, expansion, being expansive, being understanding, being empathetic, seeing through bullshit, right? Having that piercing insight to see through lies. So that Ace of Swords is there because now you see through all of the bickering and arguing. Like I said before, you come to a realization about this person, and because of that, there's going to be arguing, and throughout all of this, you're going to see right through it. You're going to see right through it, and you're going to be able to articulate to them exactly what you see and why you're no longer putting up with this bullshit. I mean, I don't know how clear it could be. This is one of the clearest readings so far. I mean, you know what I'm saying? In terms of what I feel is coming with the messages. You are certainly healing a situation this week. You're certainly finally putting somebody in their place who needs to be put in their place. And after you're done, they are not coming back to you. Your lover is there. For those of you who are involved and happily involved, they're there. That's a great, and it is a supportive relationship. And if you aren't and you're wanting love in your life, love will be coming in once this situation is finished. So the Ten of Cups is a promise of love or a reaffirmation that the love is there, right? Either way, as a result of all of this coming and being done, you are healing family issues, and your love life certainly will benefit for it. You will be on a new adventure as a result of this. And you do have to take a leap of faith, which is what the Fool requires at times. But you will come out on top. All right. So this is a wonderful, wonderful time for you, my lovely Geminis. Have a wonderful, wonderful June 17th to the 24th. You know what to do if this resonated with you. And if it didn't, have fun throwing it away. All right, guys. But for now, I'm going to keep it short and sweet. And thank you for coming to Bow and Arrow Tarot. Bye-bye, Gemini.